Alright guys, welcome back to some more City Skylines, and we are back in the city of, and now I have a name for it finally. So, in between episodes, I talked with some people on Discord, and the best name suggestion I found, or I was suggested, was Granite Glades. So, this city is now called the Granite Glades, and I think it's a pretty good name. Because, you know, we've got the forestry industry over here. This area is going to be reserved for the airport. It's going to be completely redesigned, revamped, and changed. The airport is probably going to take up this entire space, if I'm being honest. You know, this place might be an ore industry. It's in the mountains, Granite Glades. So, yeah, I thought that would be a pretty fitting name for our city. Now, what we need to do today, as you can see, if we look over here, we have 1% unemployment. We don't have enough people. What we're going to do is, before we expand that, we might expand it a bit next episode. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to expand our residence up into the hills. So I've got the Togglet mod, which allows me to see the contours of the land. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to try and meander up this mountainside right here. So this, I'm gonna just take it out, say to 160, and so there we go. Here's our collector right here. It is terribly messy. So let's clean that up and move it before we move on. So I think I'll start from here. So let's come out by 11. Oh my goodness, that is terribly low. Okay, so let's fix this road right here, shall we? So let's grab this point. Okay, so as you can see, this is starting to look quite hilly, but I can sort that out with move it afterwards. So if we come out here by another 30, and let's say we use anarchy, I mean, that could look okay with a bit of modification. So I'm going to probably time-lapse this. I'm just going to fix all the heights of all this stuff right here. So give me a second and I'll see when the time-lapse is done. Okay, so there's that one done, that section of the grid done. So I want to start with a grid, but then as we get towards the edge, I want to kind of move away from the grid in a way, if you know what I'm saying. So, this area is kind of think of it as where Franklin's house is, I guess, in GTA 5, Vinewood Hills. So this is going to kind of be like that, because I don't know if this is how the real Beverly Hills area is designed, but this is how I'm going to design my Beverly Hills. Alright, so I think that's as far as we're going to take the grid. Now what I want to do is I want to create some sort of a hilly area I want to create windy, twisty roads to make it look kind of like Beverly Hills. So I'm going to try and follow this contour. And I'm actually going to get rid of road guidelines, because that is going to mess me up here. I don't know what I'm going to call this place. I think I might call it, Glade Hills, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to call this area. You guys let me know down in the comments, what should I call this, Beverly Hills-esque area? Alright, so that, I think, looks okay. It is a bit steep, but I feel like it's not too terribly unrealistic. So we'll figure this point out at some point in the future, and then I'm going to need a north-south collector. So this is our east-west collector. I'm going to need a north-south collector. So I'm thinking that would be this road here. And then that road could continue up this way. Yeah. Okay, that works. That works for me. Okay. So, let me just get the water lines in now. Hold up, this might take a minute. Okay, so that took a good amount of time, but all our water lines are now in. Let's smooth out this whole area so it doesn't look crazy. So I know this is fairly unrealistic, like the price of doing something like this would be astronomical, but deal with it, okay? If you want complete and utter realism, you're on the wrong channel, okay? So, alright, so we've got all the traffic things now in, and now I'm going to get our zoning in, so we don't actually need any commercial as of right now. So let's just fill in the areas here, here, and here. Alright, so we've got all our zoning in, and now we need to get in our power line. So I'm going to play the game on fast forward mode for now and see where it hooks up with power. Okay, so for now we'll get the power line in there, and they're not going to build till I think 8:30 a.m. so we gotta wait a bit for them to build. Hold on one sec. These guys are starting to build. So I want to create a district around here. So we will call this area, let's call it the lower Forest Side Hills. The reason I'm calling it that is because we have our forestry industry on the edge of a hill, so lower Forest Side Hills. So we are getting some more residents now, but it's just going to take a while for the demand to fill in this area. However, I want the theme of this to be here, Naval Theme Manager. I want the theme of this to be, let's put it at European Suburbia. If I'm being honest, it does look pretty good. It does look pretty good. If I'm being honest, I could increase the lot size by a bit to make it look better, and I might do that in between episodes. But for now, I think I'm just going to do a time lapse as this area builds up, and yeah. So actually, wait, before I do that, I do want to get some stuff in here. So I want to get a medical clinic. So let's put it right here, right off the collector. Let's get a medical clinic in there. I want a fire station. So that's not going to be able to cover this whole area. But it's going to have to do for now. Let's get one there. And I'm going to need a police station. So, alright, so these guys, I want them to increase their land value. So in order to do that, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get in a park. It's going to be a small one, small-ish, but still a park. So this should dramatically increase the land value of all the homes around it. Let's get this. So let's get the small park main gate. Let's get it here. Then let's get a side gate there, there, and there. So then let's take the paths. Let's get in all of our park buildings. So let's get a park plaza. Let's get, I think this is the cafe, and then the restroom right next to it. Let's get the info booth over here. The giant chessboard over here. Let's get a climbing frame. A trampoline park. Alright, so Cypress Park. So we'll call this Lower Forest Side Park. So if we do this, we'll do advertisement campaign, celebrate, we'll do night tours, even more fun. And yeah. So now we'll whack the ticket prices straight up. It has enough entertainment to reach level 5. So let's go like that now. And now let's see how these guys' land value is affected. So these guys are all dramatically affected by that. But for some reason we are losing money, and I feel like that is due to the inconsistency of our forestry industry over here. So if we look over here, we now have almost enough workers. So what I actually want to do is I want to get these people in this area, I want to get them education. So let's get them an elementary school here, an elementary school here, and we'll get them an elementary school here, because I feel like there are eventually going to be a lot of people that live in the lower forest side area. Like, how many people live here right now? 3,100, yeah. So we're going to put 3, no, you know what? We'll put 4 elementary schools down. And then we will, well, actually, how much does one of them cost? So 4 elementary schools is going to cost us 800 per, is it 10 minutes or 40? 10 minutes. Okay, that is a lot, but I think we can afford it. Almost. So let's get a high school in right there to serve this area. And there is our education then taken care of. If you look at the forestry industry, though, we almost have full work. We almost have our maximum amount of workers that we can have, and unemployment is now at 2%. So we still need more residents, even though we're almost at 10,000 residents. We still need more in order to get to, in order to expand the forestry industry. We just need more residents, more and more and more residents. If we look at our land value, you can see the land value in lower forest side hills is really starting to go up and through the roof. Now, you may notice something, and that is, if I open my traffic flow menu here, that this industrial traffic is causing a ton, and I mean a ton, of traffic. This industrial area is causing a ton of traffic, causing our traffic flow to dramatically be reduced. Now, what I want to do is I actually do want to get rid of this industrial area and put our industrial area like either over here, or I just want to get rid of this industrial area completely. That is going to do it for this episode, guys. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to smash the like button down below. Consider subscribing for more content like this. And without further ado, I'll see you dudes next time.